From the Rockville campus of Montgomery College Television is proud to present NJCAA College Basketball with the Montgomery College Raptors welcoming the Panthers from Baltimore City Community College. Hi everybody, I'm Michael Brown, and as always, it is my pleasure to welcome in my partner, Marcus Rosano. Marcus, great to be back together again calling MC Hoops.
Well, thank you, Michael. As always, it's great to be alongside you, my friend, the voice of Montgomery College Athletics.
Well, we've got a couple of important games on tap tonight, both of them chock full of Maryland JUCO title and postseason implications. In our opener, the Montgomery College women are going to be taking on the women's team from Baltimore City, and then in the nightcap, of course, it'll be the men's turn. Now, in our first game, it's hard to believe, but the playoffs are looming. They're only a week away. So this is an important game for both of these teams, but I think it's a little more important for Montgomery College. Taking a look at the Maryland JUCO standings, you see the Raptors currently sitting in 5th place, Baltimore City sitting in 2nd. We both know the Raptors have been a little bit inconsistent this season, so if they could pull one out tonight, boy, what a boost that would give them going into the postseason.
Indeed. The simple story, I would say, is a win improves your tournament seeding. But there's a bigger picture going on, and that's the confidence of this basketball team. The Raptors had a tough loss to Howard, and just a couple of weeks ago, they actually got blown out by Garrett. So a win tonight would be sort of a right-the-ship victory, and I think going into tournament play, they need a confidence boost. And you and I both know the Baltimore City team is a very good basketball team.
That is for sure, but I do think the Raptors are capable of pulling this out tonight. Separations in the standings aside, when you put their stats side by side, head to head, there's not a whole lot of difference between these two teams. They really mirror each other.
Sure, on paper, these are two evenly matched teams, and as we see the graphic, I think Baltimore City has an advantage in shooting percentage, but with the numbers, they're similar. However, you look at these numbers a little closer, and you can see that both of these coaches make defense a very high priority.
And the similarities don't stop with the stat sheet. Both of these teams feature a big-time player more than capable of taking over a game and carrying their team.
Yeah, but for Baltimore City, Shaquan Bailey is a 5'8" stat-stuffing guard. She averages 19.8 points per game, which is good for 6th in Maryland JUCO. So she leads the Panthers in scoring, in assists, in steals. Now on the other side, it's a familiar face. It's Nicole Cunningham. She's the post player for the Raptors, and she leads the team in scoring. She leads the team in rebounding. She leads the team in free throw shooting percentage and steals. So when you come to this gym, you know that the Raptors offense runs through Nicole Cunningham.
And I don't think there's any question that both of those players that you named are going to be first team All-Maryland JUCO. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch them go head-to-head tonight. We are just about ready to get underway. Stick with us. Marcus and I will be right back with the starting lineups and the opening tip after this. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MCTV.
With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art Cyber Lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano. We are just about to get game one of our doubleheader underway. So let's meet the starters for both teams. First for the visitors from Baltimore City. And a couple of players that we are definitely going to want to keep an eye on tonight are number 2, Shaquan Bailey. We talked about her in the pregame. She's 6th in Maryland JUCO in scoring, averaging 19 points a game. Also leads the team in assists, steals, and threes. And then also number 4, Lachey Stackhouse. She's averaging almost 12 a game and is second in Maryland JUCO in shooting. She hits 55% of her shots.
And the head coach of Baltimore City is Tara Owens. She's in her third year. Assistants are Arthur Fitzhugh, Orion Goss, and Bridget Mitchell.
And now let's meet the starters for the Montgomery College Raptors. And of course, as we talked about in pregame as well, we're going to be keying on Nicole Cunningham all game long. She averages a double-double, but we also expect big things tonight out of a trio of sophomores, Erica Lindsay, Steph Pantos, and Hilavi Mensah.
And the Raptors assistant coaches are Pat Carden and Lakeisha Nickens-Gaither. And the head coach of the MC Raptors is Tarla Gasquet. She is in her 10th season at Montgomery College.
There's a good look at Coach Gasquet. And we are just about set to get started. Baltimore City in the bright red uniforms with the dark blue numbers, and the Raptors in Raptor purple and gray. Our referees tonight are Carmen Porterreal, Brian Pearson, and Nate Dotson. And we are all set for the opening tip of what should be a great basketball game. Got number 24, Aylin Sandkar, jumping center against her counterpart, number 24, Nicole Cunningham. And we're underway. Raptors get the opening tip. There's Erica Lindsay, Christine Mabry, Steph Pantos, and there's a turnover. Coming up with it is number 3, Alexis Wade.
And let's see how quickly they can get Bailey into the game as the Panthers' big scorer.
They try to go inside to number 34, Courtney Crawford, and it's knocked away and out of bounds.
It looks like Baltimore City is going to come out and press, and that's something that you should do against the Raptors because they still haven't found that perfect spot at point guard.
Mabry drives out to Pantos. She drives, puts it up and in.
That's the signature Steph Pantos right there, kind of slicing into the lane with that left hand.
And she got that from her old Gaithersburg High teammate, Christine Mabry. There's a shot off the mark. Battle for the rebound. And it'll be Raptors ball. There's Steph Pantos. Get a look at number 34 there, Dorothy Ellis. Tonight is sophomore night. So this is the final home game for these sophomores. There's a 3 by Nicole Cunningham.
We talked about how many stats Nicole Cunningham fills up, but I didn't say anything about the three-point shot.
She's a good three-point shooter. She hits 22, almost 23% of her threes. Not bad at all for a big.
Well, if you can get the defense coming out on Nicole Cunningham, well, that's a good thing for your offense throughout the game.
All right, so that was the first foul of the game. It's on Dorothy Ellis. Non-shooting foul, of course, in women's college basketball this year. Long one by Bailey off the mark, rebound to Cunningham. So the Raptors off to a quick 5-0 lead.
And they haven't been bothered by the pressure.
And there's a steal ahead to number 3, Wade. She runs it down and puts it in for the first basket of the day. That's Alexis Wade, sophomore, out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's the press. Raptors break it. Cunningham to Pantos, to Lindsay. Over to Mabry from the corner. She likes that spot. It's off the mark. Rebound to Bailey. Ahead to number 34, Courtney Crawford. She's all by herself for an easy 2.
And Coach Gasquet is turning around and looking at her assistant saying, where is our transition defense?
And Baltimore City loves to run. There's another 3 attempt from Cunningham off the mark, and they're going to run. They run at every opportunity to Wade for 2 more. Their number 1 option is the fast break. That's what their coach told me.
And when they're pressing full court, that's going to be something that is going to have to, for the Raptors, they're really going to have to work on that.
There's Ellis from the corner, off the mark, no good. Battle for the rebound. And Wade comes out of there with it.
What they're
She
trying
pushes
to do,
it.
what they're trying to do is to get the Raptors to have to play helter-skelter and run.
There's a three from number 22, Shaquan Bailey.
Yeah, I saw her hit about 5 or 6 in a row in warm-ups.
So the Raptors jumped out to a quick 5-0 lead, but 9 straight points now by Baltimore City. And their pressure on defense is going to be tough to deal with.
And the referee's not blowing the whistle, letting them play a little bit, which plays back into the hands of a pressure defense of the Panthers.
All right, we got a couple of early substitutions. Hillary Mensah comes in for Dorothy Ellis. And one of the players we talked about in the pregame, number 4, Lachey Stackhouse, checks in for Baltimore City. So Hillary Mensah, the second leading scorer on the Raptors in the game now. And
Good recovery defense by Courtney Crawford for Baltimore City.
Bailey, she's got Mabry on her. And there's a three from number 23, Natasha Roy. And that makes it 12-5, and we have a quick timeout taken here by the Raptors. Just a few minutes into the game.
Shaquan Bailey averages almost 6 assists a game, and she got the ball at the top of the key, and a defender came out at her, and all she did was dish to Natasha Roy, and Natasha Roy can absolutely fill it up. She's averaging 14 a game as well. I know all we talked about really was Bailey in the open, but Natasha Roy can score it.
And she hits 34, little over 34% from 3. So I started to say earlier that in women's college basketball this year, they play quarters, and there are 5 fouls per quarter. Once the team gets to 5 fouls, it's 2 shots from then on. There is no more 1-and-1 in women's college basketball, at least this year. They may, want to tweak those rules down the road, but that's the way it is this year.
Well, the Raptors are going to have to find a way to settle down.
There's a long three from Cunningham.
Well,
that's her second.
That breaks a 12-0 run. This game was 5-0 Raptors, and before you knew it was 12-5.
And that didn't take very long.
Nice ball fake by Nicole Cunningham on that three-pointer.
So it's 4 10-minute quarters in women's college basketball. When a team gets to 5 team fouls, the other team gets 2 shots. And that can add up real quick. Good look at Hillary Mensah, second leading scorer on the Raptors.
She's really turned into a player this year.
Boy, she has. And there's number 23, Roy. She broke her wrist earlier this season. She started the season as the point guard, broke her wrist, and really hasn't been back that long. But putting up good numbers. Another substitution for Baltimore City. Number 3, Alexis Wade checks back in for Courtney Crawford. There's Lachey Stackhouse.
But she has some length, Stackhouse.
And a nice soft touch, at least it looked that way on that shot. Well, she's hitting 55% of her shots, so. There's a steal by Wade, looking for the break. She's going to take it all the way from the lane, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it'll go over to Montgomery College as Wade crashed the boards but couldn't come up with it.
See Alexis Wade wearing the same number as her namesake, Dwayne Wade.
Lindsay breaks the press to Cunningham. Nice move. She's blocked. And they're going to call it a jump ball, possession arrow to Baltimore.
Well, that was a good call because she came down with the ball in her hand. Nice recovery, for the putback on the second time around that didn't count.
Bailey, Wade, Roy, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Stackhouse. We saw Stackhouse this fall on the volleyball team for Baltimore City.
Her quickness and leaping ability are going to be a problem for the Raptors down low. She's going to be quicker than Cunningham down low. You can see that she's got hops off the floor.
Raptors do a nice job against the press there.
And like you
Mensah.
mentioned, volleyball player.
Yep. Long arms. Lindsay for three. That high arching shot of hers.
I think we must have lost that ball in the rafters. from the
Boy,
camera shot.
it looked like she was going to scrape the rafters there. Beautiful arching shot. Nothing but net. 14-11. The three playing a big role in this game early. There's Bailey. She has it stuffed.
Excellent defense for the second time from Mensah.
Inside to Pantos. Nice look from Mabry.
Very nice look. She knew exactly where Pantos was going to be.
Raptors 3 for 4 so far from three.
And they weathered that storm.
And they got it back to 14-13. Raptors bench showing a lot of enthusiasm.
Hey, when you score the basketball, the game slows down. That's a fact.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do against Baltimore. Because Baltimore, their first option is fast break. There's a backcourt foul.
And that's ticky-tack, but it's going to be called.
It was a reach. Got a little bit of arm. And Courtney Crawford checks back in.
Using the hands on defense is a rule that they tried to institute a little bit more.
Coleman, no
Couple years
good,
ago.
but Pantos, right place, right time.
Does she get an assist? Ask our
I'm sure Cunningham would tell you she deserves an assist on that.
Our super stat man, Evan Brown, might have something to say about that.
Evan Brown doing stats for us tonight, as always. Wade, and that's a blocking foul.
It's hard to play defense in this game these days. It's all about moving your feet. And as soon as you put that arm up.
And she did. %50 from the field so far for Baltimore City, 54.5% for the Raptors.
Mensah has another steal.
Over to Mabry in the corner, no good. Rebound to Baltimore City. Bailey pushes it, gets it to Hinton. And there's Stackhouse again.
The Raptors need to get all five bodies back down the court faster than that, because the Panthers can turn this thing around in seconds.
Cunningham, nice move off the mark. Hinton runs down the rebound. Here comes Wade leading the break. And she gets it to Crawford. Ooh, she has it rejected by Cunningham, who now gets the rebound on the follow.
Rejection and a big board. That's a nice sequence for Nicole Cunningham.
And that was some rejection. That ball got out of her hands maybe 6 inches before it was smacked. Lindsay inside to Cunningham, triple teamed.
And they got Nicole.
Going to take a look at that Cunningham sequence. There's the block on Crawford. Hinton got the rebound, but guess who gets the rebound on the follow? Nicole Cunningham. They need her to play at her absolute best tonight to beat this Baltimore City team. And so far, she's off to a great start. 18-15, Baltimore City. Crawford to Bailey. 5 steals so far for Baltimore City.
That's a smooth jump shot from Bailey.
All right, we got Jewel Johnson in now for the Raptors at the point. She came in for Steph Pantos. Jewel Johnson coming back from a recent back injury. She's a tough player, though. If anybody can handle it, she can. Played soccer here for 2 years.
So she'll have no problem running up and down the court.
Oh no, she's a very quick runner. Very fast.
One of the things about Cunningham is they're going to want to get her running up and down the court, and that's not what the Raptors want to do.
Lindsay. Mensah from long range, good.
Wow. Shooting 44% from three, so that's a true three-point shooter.
There's Hinton on the baseline, no good. Battle for the rebound. Mensah comes out of there with it.
Another blue-collar play for Mensah.
Mensah has it blocked by Crawford. Here they come again on the run. Roy, Wade,
Cunningham's got to be careful with those fouls.
Yeah. They can ill afford to get her in foul trouble. Good hustle there by Mensah. Couldn't come up with it. Crawford inbounding for Baltimore City. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. 20-18. So this will be a final shot. Wade. Crawford, almost walked. And misses the shot, rebound to Pantos. And that's the end of the first quarter. Raptors on top, Raptors trailing by 2, 20-18. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the second quarter after this. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MCTV.
With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art Cyber Lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosanna. We're just about ready to get the second quarter underway. Raptors trailing by 2, 20-18. Quick look at a couple of outstanding stats from the first quarter. Baltimore City with 5 steals in the early going. They also have 12 points in the paint. And the Raptors with just 1 steal, 4 points in the paint. Baltimore City shooting 45% from the field, Raptors 43.8. Baltimore City has hit 2 out of 3 of their three-point attempts. The Raptors 4 of 7. And neither team has a foul shot. So pretty clean first quarter.
And the Panthers only shoot 56% from the line, so that's something to keep an eye on as we get down the stretch in this game.
Good look there at Christine Mabry getting ready to inbound. So we have Mabry, Jewel Johnson, Hillary Mensah, Erica Lindsay, and Steph Pantos to start the quarter for the Raptors. Roy, Wade, Stackhouse, Hinton, and Crawford for Baltimore City.
Giving Cunningham a break.
And that was a fast-paced first quarter.
It really, really was.
20 points by Baltimore City. Bailey took a quick break and came right back in.
But that's the Panthers. That's what they want out of this game, and that's not what the Raptors want out of this game.
Now the Panthers want to push it, push it, push it. That is their first option every time down the court. They want to hold the other team to 1 shot and then get out on the break. Roy with a nice drive, loses the handle though, and it'll stay down there.
One thing I like about Bailey is she doesn't look like a selfish player. Obviously, she averaged 6 assists a game, so that proves that she's not. But even when she didn't have an opening on that take, she gave the ball up, and they started the offense again.
There's Bailey with a quick move, nice-looking jump shot.
Wow,
that's great form.
Beat her man to the baseline and then stopped and popped.
Lindsay inside to Mensah, good look. Off the back of the iron, no good. Stackhouse with the rebound. Here's Roy. to Bailey. Now, Bailey and Roy, they will alternate playing point guard. If one's playing the one position, the point guard position, the other will be playing the two, the shooting guard. And there's a travel.
And that was a really nice look. The high-low from Stackhouse down to Crawford. But she just shuffled the feet.
Yep. Johnson breaks the press nicely. 3 turnovers so far for Baltimore City. Lindsay, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line. She'll go to the line. Erica Lindsay, one of the sophomores, being honored here tonight on sophomore night at Montgomery College. All the graduating sophomores playing their final game, both for the men's team and the women's team, and we'll have highlights of that later on. Erica Lindsay averaging 9.4 points a game.
And our stat sheet has her averaging 15 steals a game, but I think that may have been a misprint.
That is a misprint.
That would be a
Whoever
record.
put those stats together fat-fingered that one.
We'll have to talk to him.
She is up to 1.7, however, so almost 2 steals a game. Down to Stackhouse. Boy, they could do that all night.
What an entry pass. Stackhouse beat Cunningham, and it was a perfect pass.
Caught her right in stride. 14 points in the paint for Baltimore City. There's Lindsay, gets her own rebound. Nice job, puts it up, no good. And number 24, Aylin Sandkar comes out of there with it. Stackhouse, no good. Stackhouse again.
That length is a real problem.
She's very tall and very long arms and legs.
And she's quick off the floor.
Lindsay from 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound to Bailey. She gets it out to Roy. And the fast break is broken up by Jewel Johnson. Baltimore City with a big edge in rebound so far, 17-10. Roy, quick move, wide open, no good. Pantos with the rebound. Here comes Jewel Johnson pushing it. Cross court to Mensah. She drives off her foot. Loose ball. Roy comes up with it, gets it ahead to Bailey. Nice body control. And the Raptors call a quick timeout to stop the bleeding.
Very athletic layup. She had Jewel Johnson going right underneath. She sort of hesitated a bit and just put it off the glass. It's a good basketball player, Bailey is.
So we talked earlier, we talked in the pregame that Montgomery College was going to play a good team tonight, and I think we're seeing that. We've seen evidence of that right away, haven't we, Marcus?
It was 20-18 game in the end of the first quarter, and
so they've outscored them 8-1.
That's a nice way to answer what was sort of a momentum, sort of taking back of the momentum, for the Raptors towards the end of the first quarter. So MC weathered the storm and brought it to 2 points, but the Panthers have come back and really playing their game. They're running up and down the court, and we haven't seen Nicole Cunningham get any really open looks. MC settling for some outside shots. Probably not something that they want to do. The problem with being down by 9 points is those three-pointers are going to be coming even more.
And taking a look at a couple of noteworthy stats here. 8 fast break points for Baltimore, none for the Raptors. 5 steals for Baltimore, just 1 for the Raptors. So that kind of tells the tale. Pantos, and that's 3 seconds. So a turnover for the Raptors. Nicole Cunningham back in for Montgomery College. Sandkar down the lane. Good looking move, but couldn't get it to go. Roy. Sandkar again. Yeah, what I'm seeing here on this Baltimore team, they are very unselfish.
Oh, they share the ball. I was thinking the same thing right there.
I mean, Roy had an open look.
You know, we make the extra pass in this game, you're going to get a better shot.
There's Roy from the foul line. That time, it's good. And the basket. Basket did count. Good look at Tarla Gasquet. She's in her 10th year as the head coach at Montgomery College. Had a tremendous run of success. I'm not sure what that. Got a foul on the inbound.
Jewel Johnson drew a nice foul against Roy. Probably a little bit of acting in there, but it was a nice play by Jewel Johnson.
And Nicole Cunningham checking in for the Raptors, number 23, another Raptors sophomore. She'll be honored later on this evening. Jewel Johnson brings it up. Pantos lofts one up, no good. Rebound to number 24, Sandkar. There's Bailey to Roy. To Sandkar, short. Rebound to Cunningham.
Raptors really need a nice shot here.
They have scored just 1 point in just short of 5 minutes.
And Nicole Cunningham needs to touch the ball on this possession.
And there's a turnover. So.
Again, in the MC wants to play in the half court, but they're not getting into the half court offense very well, and I still see some problems at the point with getting into the offense.
Coach Gasquet has preached patience, but there's Roy, and that's going to be a 2.
Yeah, she had her foot on the line.
Foot was on the line. 32-19, Baltimore. Cunningham from 3, no good. Rebound, knocked out to Jewel Johnson. Over to Pantos for 3, no good. Cunningham. And she's slow to get up. I'm sorry, McKenzie. Looks like McKenzie hurt her shoulder there. I'm not quite sure how it happened.
Nice hustle play by Bailey to get down on the ground and get that ball. Yeah.
Good look there at the Baltimore City huddle, facing the camera, doing all the talking. That's Tara Owens, the head coach. She's in her 3rd year as head coach at Baltimore City. She's also the athletic director.
That's right. They've got a good program.
They really do. Both their men's and women's program. A few years ago, they were very down, but they have really built the program back up. Terry Matsko for the men's team and Tara Owens for the women's team. They've turned Baltimore City into a real power in Maryland. Crawford, and she traveled.
And her team reminds me a lot of the Raptors in the way that you can just tell that they're disciplined and they know who's the boss, and the boss is on the sidelines in the suit.
Mensah Johnson, nice pass inside to Mensah, and she gets it to go.
That was a nice spin move.
So they break the drought. 32-21.
That was about a 5-minute scoreless period for the Raptors.
It was, after the one foul shot by Lindsay. They went into about a 5-minute scoring drought. Let's see if they can get back in it. Inside to Cunningham, and she scores.
There it is. If she can get open in the paint, that's where the ball should start. Everything should go inside out for the Raptors.
Well, you talked about it in the pregame. The offense needs to run through Nicole Cunningham. She's also a good foul shooter, so if she gets the ball and she's fouled, she's dangerous from the line.
Good defense by Pantos, putting the ball right back in Stackhouse's face.
And that forced a turnover. So Raptors looking to get back in it. Take it a bucket at a time. Hillevi Mensah. You're not going to get all 9 of them back on 1 or 2 possessions. You got to take your time. Cunningham for 3, off the back of the iron, no good. Bailey with the rebound, and here comes the break. She's got to Roy, no good. Rebound to Cunningham, good hustle. That was her ball.
She put herself in good position, hustling down the court.
Mensah, Johnson, Mabry, Pantos on the baseline, lofts one up, no good. Rebound, oh. That's got to be a foul.
Well, I think Stackhouse came from behind her and got the ball.
Raptors do retain possession. Mabry to Mensah for 3.
Excellent ball movement. They made the extra pass and they set themselves up for the good shot. It sounds so cliche, make the extra pass, but that's what they did.
Quick ball movement. No hesitation.
I mean, Mabry could have shot it from the corner, but she knew Mensah was sitting there waiting on the three-point line. And she shoots 45%.
Ooh, there's a nice bucket there by Aylin Sankar. 5 for 12 from 3 for the Raptors. That's what's keeping them in it at the moment. Hitting 41.7%. Pantos. Oh, how did that not fall? That ball was halfway in. And there's a foul on Nicole Cunningham.
And that'll be number 2 on Nicole. So she's going to have to take a seat. Just
2:15
got
to
to
go.
resist the temptation if you're Nicole.
And just as you predicted, she's taking a seat.
And when you're that important, you got to keep your hands to yourself down in the paint because you're going to get the call.
Difference in the game right now, shooting percentage, 47.1 for Baltimore, 32.3 for MC.
And we talked about,
And Roy.
we talked about on paper these two teams are very evenly matched except for the shooting percentage, and it's really coming into play.
It sure is. Mensah, Lindsay almost loses it. Pantos inside to Mabry, but it gets away. So we'll see what happens the last couple of minutes of the half with Nicole Cunningham on the bench for the Raptors with 2 fouls. They can ill afford her to pick up a 3rd foul in the first half. Hinton, high arching jumper, no good. And Raptor ball. Went off the hands of Stackhouse. Hillevi Mensah, second leading scorer on the Raptors.
She's really a good scorer, but I also think she's going to be the answer at point guard. I know they'd like to
Drive, nice.
see. Nice take. They'd like to see Jewel Johnson, but offensively, Jewel Johnson just doesn't have a shot. Offensively, Jewel Johnson is a little bit behind.
That's 8 points for Mensah. Lindsay with the rebound. Raptors with the chance to cut it to 6. 52 seconds to go in the first half. Johnson to Mabry. Mensah. Cross court to Lindsay for 3. Off, no good. Rebound to Crawford. She pushes it.
Really good rebound by Crawford.
They are letting them play. I will say that. Wow, what a look by Roy. She just dropped it off.
She lost possession and then just put the ball down for the perfect pass.
To Hinton.
Really headsy play.
Mabry. 7 seconds to go in the half. Mensah down the lane, off the rim, no good. And that's the end of the first half. So our score after one half of play, Baltimore City 38, Raptors 28. Stick with us. Marcus and I will be back in a few minutes with a look at the first half stats and the start of the second half. You're watching Montgomery College women's basketball on MC TV.
This lab is open for business.
Government officials and industry leaders joined Montgomery College in celebrating the grand opening of the new cybersecurity lab on the Germantown campus.
3, 2, 1.
The state-of-the-art lab was funded by the college and by a Federal Trade Adjustment Assistance Community College and Career Training, or TACT, grant. Officials say it will be a hub for cybersecurity students and professionals looking to meet workforce development challenges via a hands-on approach to cyber education.
We are creating intentionally learning spaces and training spaces that work together to create an opportunity for our community in the same environment. The classroom and the workspace are growing closer today, every day.
Our overall goal as a county is to make sure that people continue to have opportunity, and Montgomery College in this program will continue to answer that call.
The lab will not only be used for research activities and academic competitions, but will also provide IT industry workers opportunities for professional growth.
Our current students and prospect students, they have great opportunities to be able to be on the cutting edge of what security is.
There's probably over 1 million new threats created every day. There's a shortage in qualified cybersecurity workers, a shortage that we here at Montgomery College and our other consortium members are there to fill.
The event included a panel discussion about careers in cybersecurity, featuring public and private sector industry experts. This new lab will enable Montgomery College to become a center of excellence in cybersecurity, which benefits both MC students and the cyber technology industry.
This lab is going to allow students to be able to go find the resources that I need, find the opportunities that I need, and have the staff being able to give me that opportunity. Having someone you talk one-to-one, and you be able to learn in class, and then learn from your mistakes, or learn from your professor who have actual experience in the field. With the opening of this lab, it's going to be great opportunities for myself and all the Montgomery College students out there.
Applying what you learn in class, and in this environment is an opportunity to do that, is really tantamount to them being employable.
The lab represents a tremendous asset to train up a new generation of cyber professionals that all employers are desperately looking for right now.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today. With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art Cyber Lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
Before I came to Montgomery College, it was a very tough moment for me. My grades were very low. My parents were going through divorce, and my mother, my sister, and I were going from place to place, looking for a place to sleep.
High school for me was a difficult time. My family was going through a lot of economic problems, and I needed to contribute to the home since I wasn't working at the moment. Besides that, my grades weren't that great, simply because of all the worrying that was happening in my family.
Before college, in high school, I thought I was going to go to college. I didn't know how I was going to make it happen.
I just didn't know what to do. I doubted myself a lot, and also I didn't know if how I was going to pay for college, right? Because college is really expensive.
I didn't have good examples in my life, neither my mom or my dad.
To be honest, I had no intention of going to college because of my family situation, and looking at my sister. She had all these student loans she had to pay back, and that just discouraged me, and I said, no, there's no way. It's not possible. I cannot make it. But then ACES came and my life changed.
I signed up for it because I didn't have the support of my family, and I knew at the program when they explained it to me that it was going to help you with resources. They were going to help you motivate you. So at the time I needed motivation because I was not motivated at all to finish high school. So after I read the paper that ACES gave us, I was like, why not give it a try? So I gave it a shot, and I'm happy where I'm at now because of it.
The ACES program was something that didn't really spoke to me. I was hesitant to join, and if it wasn't for one wonderful teacher that I had back then, an English teacher, he insisted on me to join or just give it a try. And the thing is that during that year, a lot of problems were happening in my life, and I was considering dropping out. And once I realized what the ACES program was, it really helped me a lot. And all the things, all the doubts that I have about dropping out, they just disappear.
It's hard to speak out when you're in need, when you need help. It's very hard to open up. But this ACES coach was someone that I could confide in. So whenever I'm stressed out, sometimes all I need is an ear to hear me out.
And I signed up for it mainly just because, okay, I guess it'll help a little bit. Then when I met the counselor, Miss Natalie Sanchez, she's great, wonderful, actually helped me and a bunch of other students motivate us, push us forward, teach us things that we didn't know before. When I need help scheduling, when I don't know what to do for money, when I don't know where I'm going to transfer to, I can say, hey, Natalie, can I come by today? She's like, yeah, absolutely. She helps me.
The ACES coaches provided us with workshops to help us build our self-confidence. That's number one. Number two is they will help us with our financial aid and help us keep track of deadlines so we never miss any important dates.
You have to keep yourself on track and motivated. We make a plan for our credits. I think before my first semester even started, we had to make a planner, and I had no idea what to put on. And they're like, all right, put how many credits you're taking here, what class you're taking, first semester, second semester. I was dumbfounded. I was like, oh no. I think if students actually made a plan for themselves, like a tangible piece of paper they can see and look at for what they have to do, they can get out on time and actually get their credits they need. If there's an app, yeah, it'd be great. Like some online application, you pick your major, comes up with a list of potential classes for such and such, and you kind of just input them in there, and that's it. You go about it.
They took my mind away of stuff that I was struggling with. So if I had problems at home, I knew I could contact my ACES coach and they would be there for me. They would tell me what I should do, or if I needed help with homework and coming to school would take my mind off of whatever I was struggling at home or with my family. And if I needed help with English or math, they would provide me with resources. They would tell me, go here, you can go to the writing center and go to the math lab. They will help you. They will just direct me where I needed to go. And that's what I needed. I needed that direction in my life that I guess my parents were not providing for me. And when I joined ACES, they gave me that motivation and they gave me inspiration to become someone in life. And I'm so happy that I joined it. They've motivated me. They've built my self-esteem up as well.
My ACES coach, Dr. Robinson and Miss Lance, they've talked to me a lot about connecting, what I want to do in school with what I want to do in life.
The moment I joined the ACES program, I felt prepared. I knew I had it because they just kept us going. We were on top.
this semester was really hard for me. But ACES was always like Miss Nance was always there checking up on me. How are you doing with this? How are you doing with that? Even when like I had a bad grade, she was like, what are you doing to fix this, right? So they're always there to help, really.
But personally, the ACES program gave me hope and gave me self-confidence.
ACES, what they do is they support you. They're your support group, so they will literally like tell you you can do it. Every time you say you can't do it, they're like, no, yes you can.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partner Marcus Rosano, and we are at halftime of the women's game, first half of our doubleheader. Montgomery College against Baltimore City Community College. The Raptors trailing at the break here, 38-28, and it's really a tale of two quarters here. It was very close after the first quarter, Marcus, 20-18, but the roof fell in a little bit in the second quarter.
You know what jumped out at me here was first quarter shooting percentage for the Raptors. They shot 44%, and then they shot only 22% in the second quarter. But that's no mystery, because if you look at the field goal percentage defense coming into the game, BCCC is only allowing 29%, shooting percentage against them. So this is a big-time defensive team. I know we like talking about how to run up and down the court and play fast break, but at the same time, when they need to, they can really defend, and they showed that in the second quarter.
And they are also holding the Raptors many times down the court to just the one shot. And then they're turning it right around and sprinting down the floor, which is their game plan. That's what they want to do.
And they out-rebounded MC 24-19, but I don't even think that stat is as telling as it really was. 24-19 rebounding advantage didn't seem like what it felt like in the game.
Points in the paint, another big difference. 24-10. 3-point shots, not so much. The Raptors actually with an advantage there, although that's another case of where they started out very quickly. First quarter, they were 57% from three. Yeah. Second quarter, they fell all the way down to 16.7% from three. So.
And the star of the game in the first half for BCCC, Shaquan Bailey, she only had 9 points, but she had 5 assists. So this team likes to really share the basketball.
Yeah, good balance on the scoring for Baltimore City. Is actually everybody who has played has scored for them. But they're led by Alexis Wade, Shaquan Bailey, and Natasha Roy. And along with Lachey Stackhouse, had very strong first half.
And we talked about it between us at halftime. This is a Division I basketball team, and when you go to your bench, you bring in players that quite often would start at the Division III level, but they're coming off of your bench. So it's not surprising to look down the box score and see 7 or 8 people really scoring 4 or 5 or 6 points.
Well, we are just moments away now from the start of the second half. We're going to take another quick break, but don't go away. We'll be right back with the second half from Montgomery College in Rockville.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Good look there at the Montgomery College Raptors huddle. Raptors trailing at the half, 38-28, trailing the Baltimore City Community College Panthers, and they will be inbounding to start the second half. It was 20-18 after the first 10 minutes of action, but Baltimore definitely dominated the second quarter to take the 10-point lead going into the half. Good balanced scoring by Baltimore City. Got 6 for Wade, 9 for Bailey, 9 for Roy, and 8 for Stackhouse. And Baltimore City with the ball. And there's a travel by Sandcar.
Well,
see that call made a lot.
Turnovers and playing some defense. It's going to take one possession at a time, and playing some defense and really getting rebounds on missed shots is really going to how MC is going to turn this game around.
Inside to Pantos. She has it blocked. There's Cunningham. Her shot is blocked. Again, that height. Pantos, tried to tie it up, but it's ripped away there by Crawford. She runs the break to Sandcar.
Courtney Crawford is strong, and she just rips the ball away. That's the second or third time I've seen her do that.
And for her size, very, very quick.
She likes to dribble the ball up the court, as we've seen.
There's Jewel Johnson's shot off the glass, no good. She gets her own rebound, and they start over again. Lindsay inside to Cunningham.
Triple teamed.
They are triple team. They're just collapsing on her. They're playing zone, and then they are collapsing on her. As Alexis Wade is limping. I'm not quite sure what she did, whether it's an ankle or a knee. I'm guessing ankle.
She got a knee wrap during the first half.
So she goes out. Stackhouse comes in. Not a bad trade-off there.
Yeah, Stackhouse played really well in the first half.
So the Raptors turn it over. So you've got Roy, Bailey, Sandcar, Stackhouse, and Crawford. There's a steal by Cunningham. Mensah brings it up the floor, over to Johnson, into Pantos on the baseline, no good. Rebound to Sandcar, and they're going to be off to the races again. They try to break on every possession. Sandcar, no good. Rebound Crawford, no good. Rebound to Stackhouse.
Yeah.
The third time does the charm.
If it's not Crawford there, because it looked like Nicole was trying to box out Crawford, and that leaves Stackhouse.
Stackhouse with the rebound off the miss by Mensah. They're still pushing it. They don't really have a break going, but they're still pushing it. There's Crawford from 3 off the right iron, no good. Sandcar up, no good. Stackhouse runs it down, so another 3-shot possession.
We talked about rebounds at halftime.
Raptors getting beaten on the boards.
And offensive rebounds are a killer, especially when you're down 14 points.
And there's a 3-second violation, so turnover.
You think you made a defensive stop and a long rebound goes to the offensive side. That hurts.
Yeah, those long rebounds really hurt. Jewel Johnson double teamed in the press. Long pass, and that's a turnover. Raptors not handling the press right now. 10 offensive rebounds for Baltimore City to just 7 for the Raptors.
Yeah, the Raptors are really in need of a pure ball handler this year, and obviously Coach Gasquet is going to do what she can do with what she has on her team, but it's apparent
Crawford just too strong for Pantos.
That this team is in desperate need of a ball handler to really just take the reins when a team comes out and presses.
So that's a foul on Pantos. And Bailey inbounding it. And that's a turnover. Erica Lindsay inbounding it. Gets it to Mensa. Now they're trapping, and there's another turnover. They've got a trapping full court press coming. Ball handlers getting trapped. Turnovers 13-11. Raptors unfortunately in the lead in that category.
MC has not scored yet in this half. It's a good thing they don't make us stand up at the opening of each half.
And there's another turnover for Baltimore City. So the Raptors need to take advantage of this little bad run that Baltimore City's on. There's a timeout on the floor as head coach Tara Owens not happy. We'll get a look inside the MC huddle. Tarla Gasquet, along with her assistants Pat Carden and Lakeisha Nickens-Gaither. They've got a hole to dig out of.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Nicole Cunningham some looks in the paint, and then it's obvious that the Panthers are just collapsing on her, and Mensa is your three-point shooter, so I'm sure Coach Gasquet has something up her sleeve, but to go to Cunningham, have the defense collapse, and then you have the shooters on the outside like Mensa, but it's easy for us to say, because that's a good defensive and very active defensive team in the Panthers.
So we'll see what the Raptors come up with. They have yet to score in the half.
I mean, on the season, they're holding their opponents to 29%, and they're shooting 42%. So they're doing something right this season.
All right, Christine Mabry now in for the Raptors. So it's Mabry, Pantos, Lindsay, Johnson, and Cunningham.
That's a good way to beat that zone because they're really trying to collapse on Cunningham inside. But if they can, on the perimeter, if they can beat the outside of that zone, like Pantos did and slice through the lane.
Down low to Crawford. She is strong.
She did. She got great position on Nicole.
And there's a foul in the backcourt. Jewel Johnson got whacked in the stomach there by Brittany Hitton.
Hard hitting, Brittany.
Mensa out. Taking a little break for the Raptors. Mabry trying to get it inside, but it's knocked out of bounds by Sandcar.
Well, there's some physical play going on between 34 and 24. Crawford and Nicole Cunningham.
Lindsay to Mabry, inside to Pantos.
And they forgot about Pantos. There's two people on the other side of the lane kind of holding Cunningham out of the play, and they forgot about Pantos.
So Pantos has scored all 4 points for the Raptors in this quarter as they cut the lead to 12. And that's off the toe of Erica Lindsay. Actually, they're calling a foul.
Yeah, they got Nicole.
So that is her third. And boy, that's something the Raptors can ill afford. Sandcar, wide open.
Nice shot. Sets her feet, squares her shoulders, takes her time because nobody was collapsing on her, and drilled the open shot.
Mabry with the shot, no good. Nicole Cunningham with the rebound, nice follow. Here comes Bailey. Roy's shot off the mark.
Good position by Pantos against Stackhouse. We know Stackhouse is a beast on the boards.
Mensah checks back in for the Raptors, replacing Jewel Johnson.
Back to that 1-3-1 full court press.
Mensah driving. Trapped in the corner, gets it to Mabry. Stops, pops, off the rim, no good. Roy with the rebound, pushing for two.
Nice play by Roy.
Smooth looking player. And there's a turnover. Raptors lose the handle on the press.
Everybody's head has to be looking at the ball when it's a full court press.
Bailey to Roy for three. Off, no good. Rebound to Crawford. Boy, she is tough down there.
She is really tough.
Sandcar with the follow. They're just a little too big, a little too strong down low.
Even their fourth and fifth players, like Sandcar, she's a really good player. And we've been talking about Stackhouse and Bailey and Roy.
Sandcar's a transfer from Chesapeake Community College. And her coach says she has a motor that won't quit. And I believe that. Pantos. Mabry, oh, no good. Stackhouse with the rebound. Here comes Bailey. Nice look ahead to Hinton.
When Bailey and Roy have the ball in their hands, they are fantastic on the break because their heads are always up.
Boy, and their passes are sharp. There's Mensah off the rim, no good.
And they can really handle it, of course.
And there's a blocking foul on Mensah. So Baltimore will retain possession. 4 team fouls for both squads here in this quarter. Again, if you get to 5 team fouls, it's 2 shots automatically. Nicole Cunningham checking back in with the 3 fouls. Bailey, Hinton, the Stackhouse, and that's a turnover.
Bailey hasn't even really looked for her shot in the half court. She's trying to set everybody else up.
She hasn't forced anything on the break. She looks for the open man. Nice drive there by Nicole Cunningham.
And nobody was stepping in front of her to take that charge, that's for sure.
No, that was, and there's a turnover there. Palming the ball. Carrying it, whatever you want to call it. Pantos inside to Cunningham. Ooh, nice pass, but the shot was missed by Mabry.
That was a nice pass. No look with the left hand.
Bailey, no good, off the rim. Rebound to Pantos. Mensah.
See if the Raptors can set themselves up in the half court for a decent shot.
To Lindsay, in the post to Pantos. And there's Cunningham.
You know, they have Stackhouse at the top of that zone. I mean, that's a long player that was playing at the top of that zone.
That sure is. What a wingspan. There's Roy. Boy, she is a great ball handler.
She covered the entire three-point line on this side of the ball on that drive.
And good hustle there from,
you know, it's interesting.
Shaquan Bailey.
Roy is actually the more aggressive offensive player than Bailey.
14 turnovers for each team, so it's been a bit of a sloppy game, but boy, what a difference in assists. 14-7 for Baltimore. Baltimore with 11 offensive rebounds to 7 for the Raptors. Thirteen offensive rebounds to 7 for the Raptors. And Nicole Cunningham will go to the line. She's fouled. Boy, she was fouled by a host of, of Panthers there.
I think this is the first time that Nicole's been to the line today.
It is. Wow. She's a 73.6% shooter from the foul line, makes the first.
I mean, you definitely want to see her at the line more often.
Leads the Raptors in points per game at 17.5, field goal percentage at 41.8, foul shots at 73.6, rebounds at 11.5, and blocks at 1.1. Well, she's got 15, make that 16 points.
Well, there's a reason why she was one of the most highly recruited players coming out of Montgomery County.
She's got 16 points tonight. Crawford, no good. Great rebound by Sandcar. And she's fouled. And she'll go to the line.
What a move by Sandcar.
Wow. That's all you can say. I mean, this Baltimore team is a good-looking team.
That's a smart rebound from the weak side.
Lane violation, and the ball will go to Montgomery College. Under 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter. That press has really caused problems for the Raptors tonight. Into Cunningham, nice move. She's fouled again. She'll go to the line again.
That's, I think, about the same play as got her to the line the last time.
She's starting to assert herself, plus they're starting to get the ball inside to her. This game is not over by any means. As long as you have the three-point shot, it's hard to say a game is over anymore.
Eventually you start finding holes in the zone.
Well, the Raptors need to find a few more points in the paint. Difference, 40-20. 40 points in the paint for Baltimore City.
You know, and that's not all fast break points.
No, a lot of that's second chances.
Yeah, a lot of second chance points.
And some third chance points.
They've been fantastic on the offensive boards.
Now there's a nice look in the paint to Sandcar from Bailey. Bailey really racking up the assists.
She's less aggressive. She wants to get the ball in other players' hands. Roy, I think, is more aggressive than Bailey. And then Sandcar is very athletic in the lane.
She gets up quickly for the
what
rebound.
A nice player
Roy
she is.
ahead to Hinton, all by herself. And this one is in jeopardy of getting out of hand now, as Baltimore has built their lead to 18.
Well,
wow. Our statistician, Evan Brown, just handed us a very telling stat. Fast break points, 16-2 in favor of Baltimore. 16-2.
And, you know, they don't have to win a basketball game running up and down the court, because we've seen enough from them, whether it be offensive rebounding, whether it be Bailey and Roy distributing the ball in the half court.
Yeah, they know how to run the half court offense, no question. Mensah makes them both.
And Sandcar is fantastic around the basket.
Stackhouse comes back in.
Someone's going to have to play a solid basketball game to beat them in the Maryland JUCO tournament.
The only game they've lost in Maryland JUCO this year is to Hartford, and Hartford is in first place.
Well, it shouldn't come as any surprise to see those two teams meet in the Maryland JUCO championship, Hartford and Baltimore City.
And here's Aylin Sandcar. We're just talking about her. sophomore out of Kenwood High School in Baltimore. Averaging 7.5 points. Her Achilles heel may be foul shooting, 48.1. She made that one. So 60-44.
Coach Owens has called off the press, at least for now.
And there's a steal in the pivot there by Crawford, ahead to Bailey. This time she takes it herself.
She seemed to be just toying with everybody going down the court that possession, or that fast break.
What am I going to do with it? There's Mensah from long range.
We haven't seen that since about the first quarter.
15 points now for Mensah. As she and Cunningham dominating the scoring for MC. Bailey under 10 seconds. Crawford, no good. Battle for the rebound. Mensah comes out of there. And that's the end of the quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, Baltimore City 63, Montgomery College 47. Marcus and I will be right back with the 4th and final quarter after this. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MC TV.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Apply today.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partner Marcus Rosano. We are ready for the 4th quarter of the ball game. Baltimore City enjoying a comfortable 63-47 lead.
Well, the Raptors needed to make a run in the 3rd quarter, and they didn't. And they gave up 25 points to the Panthers. And it seems like the Panthers could score in a plethora of ways, whether it be on the fast break, whether it be around the basket with offensive rebounds.
So we'll see what the 4th quarter will bring. But,
you know, to be honest with you, I'm surprised it's only a 16-point lead.
Well, the Raptors started the 3rd quarter very slowly, but they did finish strong. And there's a steal by Roy. She'll take it all the way, 4-2. Cunningham with 18 points for the Raptors, Mensah 15. There's Mensah for another one. Yeah. She's got a very quick release on that 3.
And as soon as she got the ball in her hand, she knew what she wanted to do with it.
And that's what they've got to do if they want to have any hope of catching Baltimore City.
Wow.
There's Wade. We haven't seen much of her. She was actually went out with an injury in the 3rd quarter. And there's a timeout as they saved a turnover. Taking a quick look at some other stats here as we take a break. Baltimore City hitting 50% from the field, 33% from 3. The Raptors 34 and 43. Turnovers about even, 16 for the Raptors, 15 for Baltimore City.
They got 14 offensive rebounds, the Panthers do.
To me, the biggest stat is points in the paint. 50 points in the paint for Baltimore City to 20 for Montgomery College. Wow.
They've only shot 6 balls from 3, and MC has shot 16.
Wow.
And MC's not exactly shooting bad from 3. They're 7 of 16.
No,
that's almost 44%.
No, that's great. Most of that coming from Mensah. He's got 15 points. Cunningham leads Raptor scorers with 18. But they've got to get a move on if they want to have a chance to make a game of this. They are going to have to go outside. There's Mensah. Throws it up, no good. Stackhouse with the rebound. Bailey ahead to Roy. She runs it down. How she did, I'll never know.
I thought that ball was going into the hallway.
I did too. There's Bailey with Mensah. Stackhouse, nice spin move, in and out.
Look at the position by Crawford.
Perfect. Perfect position for the rebound.
Another weak side offensive rebound.
Cunningham, travel. They will call that all day long. I've seen a lot of basketball this year. I wish I had $1 for every time I've seen that call made.
I think Bailey would rather set up for an assist than even score the point.
Very unselfish player. And there's Wade again. So she comes off the bench after that brief timeout for injury and hits 2 buckets.
The depth of talent on this Baltimore City team is unbelievable.
And there's Nicole. She has her shot blocked. Bailey is running the show out there. To Roy. Over in the corner to Crawford. Up no good, but again, the long arms of Stackhouse. Not sure what the call was there.
Yeah.
They call a foul?
Courtney Crawford is getting a little chippy with Nicole Cunningham. I mean, you could see that brewing earlier in the game.
Yeah, it's been physical under the boards. No question about it. Seven minutes to go in the game. Johnson. Another three from Mensah. She's had a great night from 3. Wade. No good. Rebound to. And they call that foul on Nicole Cunningham.
Yeah, I think he missed that.
I think he missed that one too. She was just working for position.
She had good position.
And that's her 4th. And you talk about points in the paint. Look at the difference in the threes. BCC has shot just 2 threes the entire game. They've made 1 of them. The Raptors, 17 threes. They've made 8 of them.
Wow.
But it's at points in the paint that's just carried the day. Fast break points, 20-2 for BCC. So those two stats. We've got Aylin Sankar on the line.
Well, the Raptors are going to have to regroup after this game, and they're going to have their work cut out for them in the Maryland JUCO tournament to win 1 or 2 games.
Then, of course, after the Maryland JUCO tournament, you have the Region 20 tournament, and that will just be Division III teams.
Right, and it's a little bit more of a level playing field when it comes to the Region 20 tournament.
Yeah, because you're playing just D3 teams. Of course, when you're playing in the Maryland JUCO tournament, you're playing against Division I, Division II as well. So it may seem unfair, but that's the way it is. That's the way the league is structured.
I mean, Hartford, for example, Hartford built their sports program in arena.
Right.
At the D1 level.
Right. So we've got 6:15 to go. Raptors trailing by 19. Another telling stat's just been tossed our way. BCC out-rebounding the Raptors 47-28.
That's a stat that does not surprise me.
No, and that accounts for a lot of those points in the paint because a lot of those are second chance points. There's Sankar, no good. Cunningham comes out with it. She's going to lead the break herself. Feeds it off to Jewel Johnson, and she is knocked down, but the ball will stay at the Raptor end.
Nicole probably should have just taken this all by herself.
So the Raptors will inbound with 5:53 to go in the ball game. Mabry to Mensah off the top of the backboard, no good. Now Roy's going to run the offense. And there's a travel. They have 2 point guards on this team.
Yeah, they really do.
And they're both accomplished.
You know, I think that Bailey is the more pure point guard between the two.
I would agree with you. And there's Bailey for an easy 2.
With the left hand.
With the left hand.
Showing her coach that, look what I just did. I shot it with my left hand. That was kind of funny.
Mensah maintains possession. Drives down the lane. Up, no good. Gets her own rebound. Good hustle. And she's fouled. So Mensah will go to the line. Fouls have not really, other than the fact that Nicole Cunningham has 4 fouls, fouls have really not been an issue in this game. We have yet to be in the penalty in any of the 4 quarters. With just 5 minutes to go in the game.
I was going to say, we have 5 minutes left.
Yeah, that's true. I better watch what I say, right?
Good to see Steph Pantos back. Steph Pantos left earlier with an ankle.
Both teams with just 13 fouls each. And again, other than Nicole Cunningham, no one is in foul trouble for the Raptors. Nicole Cunningham playing with 4. And the BCC lead now 20. But I would agree, back to the Roy-Bailey combination, I would agree with you. Bailey, I think, is more of the natural point guard.
But she can shoot it.
Then she releases a beautiful 3.
Honestly, I think Bailey can be whatever position she wants.
I agree with you. Pantos, no good. Pantos, good. Bailey has a quick release in beautiful form. We've seen that before tonight. Wade down the lane, 2 more.
I think Wade really wanted to take Nicole to the basket on that play, and she did.
So we've got a timeout on the floor with 4:15 to go, and the Raptors are in jeopardy of falling out of this one, trailing by 24 points with just over 4 minutes to go. Not looking too good.
We had high hopes after the first couple of minutes. MC hit their first couple of shots, including a 3-pointer, go up 5-0. And the next thing you know, it was 12-5 Panthers, and we kind of looked at each other like, oh boy.
How did that happen? Well, again, you know, we don't want to use it as an excuse, but there is a difference, folks, between D1 and D3.
There is.
And I think we're seeing that pretty dramatically tonight.
There's differences in recruiting. I mean, I don't want to keep talking about Hartford, but if you saw Hartford's baseball and softball complexes, they're absolutely fantastic. And they use those as recruiting tools.
To me, the story of this game are 2 statistics. Points in the paint, 58-20 in favor of Baltimore. fast break points 22-2 in favor of Baltimore. Yeah.
Now I know MC didn't want to run with the Panthers today, but 22-2 on fast break points is incredible.
Again, I keep coming back to my conversation with Tara Owens, the head coach of Baltimore City. She told me their first option is always the fast break. That's play number one. And as we've seen, it doesn't necessarily have to be off a missed shot even.
Right.
It can be off a turnover. We've seen them do a fast break off an inbound.
And Bailey and Roy are a fast break amongst themselves, basically.
And their big people run well.
I don't know what they're having a discussion about here.
I have no idea what this is about. Get a good look there at the Baltimore 5. Natasha Roy, number 23.
I wonder if they're talking about Nicole Cunningham having 4 fouls or 5 fouls.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, now we have 2 officials over there having a confab.
We need our buddy Mike Simone to listen in for us. He's sitting behind the bench.
Yeah, he could hand signal us what's going on.
Sitting next to athletic director Derek Carter.
Yeah, they're talking to the stat people. So they're talking, it doesn't appear to be about the clock. It has something to do with stats because they're talking to the people that keep the book over there. Could be fouls, like you said, Marcus. It could be I would think it's more individual, possibly timeouts. Although really timeouts are not an issue in this half. I'm not sure what that was all about, but whatever it's all about, it appears to just about be over.
Did they change the score?
They did change it to 56 Raptors, 79-56 Raptors. So they gave the Raptors 1 more point.
I think they should do that 23 more times.
And all of a sudden, this is amazing what we're seeing here. Baltimore City has just turned up the intensity. But Hillevi Mensah punctures the balloon there with a beautiful 3.
She has been the player to keep this a game.
She really has. Great job tonight for Hillevi Mensah. So I tell you what, Baltimore City has played zone tonight. Their zone is a very aggressive zone, and they've kept the Raptors out of the paint with that zone.
When you play the Raptors, you're going to want to collapse the zone around Nicole Cunningham, and you know there's a reason why Mensah is getting so many open shots is because they're collapsing the zone.
Right.
I mean, it's basketball 101. Now, hitting those 3-pointers, you would like to think that it's going to expand the zone and open it up for somebody like Nicole Cunningham, but that's not always the case, obviously, because you have to distribute the ball to get her in position.
That's right, and they're daring somebody else to beat them.
And they're big and they're athletic under there.
So they have really turned up the defensive pressure.
Yeah, I knew Mensah was going to get that call because if you see this drive, she sort of led with her forearm and it was right in front of the referee, and he had to blow the whistle.
So that's the 4th team foul on the Raptors. Once again, if you pick up 5 team fouls, the other team gets 2 shots. There's no such thing as a 1-and-1 anymore. Sandcar, they have really spread the court, Baltimore. And there's a travel. Timeout, Montgomery College with 3:14 to go. Raptors trailing 80-59. Don't forget, after this game coming up, a big game between the Montgomery College men's team and the men's team from Baltimore City. Montgomery College, the men's team, number 1 in Maryland JUCO with a record of 10-2. Baltimore City just a half game behind them with a record of 9-2. So great game coming up just about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game.
Yeah, and if you're sitting at home watching us on Channel 10, well, get in the car and come down.
There's some seats available. We've got a nice crowd on hand tonight, but there are some good seats available. It's been an enthusiastic crowd. As we talked about, it is sophomore night here at Montgomery College. So a little later on this evening, there will be a ceremony where the sophomores from the men's and women's teams are honored for their 2 years of service to the athletic program here at Montgomery College. And Tarla Gasquet is going to be losing a lot of players off this team. She's going to have some work to do in the offseason. Well, it's a 12-month-a-year job.
Yeah, I know. And, you know, she's probably got some pieces of the puzzle, you know, already ready to be inserted for next year. It's going to be a very different-looking team. You know, saying goodbye to Nicole Cunningham is a big deal. We seem like we've known her forever.
Well, she redshirted last year and, of course, played 2 years ago as a freshman. So it will be, this is her final home game. Under 3 minutes to go now. Roy. Wade. Another impressive player. They all handle the ball well, too. Lindsay tries to tie her up, and 3 seconds is the call. That'll turn it over to the Raptors. So, yeah, a good number of Raptors will be honored tonight, from the women's team honored tonight on sophomore night. Mensah, Pantos, Cunningham, Lindsay.
Yeah, that's a lot of scoring that's going away.
A lot of points, a lot of rebounds, and a lot of experience. There's Stackhouse. Gets it to go.
You know, Coach Gasquet's program is well known in Montgomery County, so.
Oh, it certainly is, and they're used to it. They know the rules of the game. This is a 2-year school. Turnover is a fact of life. 82-61. Under 2 minutes to go.
This is a team that just, a couple of years ago was vying for a national championship.
The Raptors, yep. Nice block there by Cunningham.
That's
Nicole
a couple
Cunningham
of big
has
blocks
3
by
blocks
Nicole.
on the night.
Wow.
Wow, that was a great block.
That's a 21-point deficit block.
3 blocks for the Raptors. Roy inbounds it. 5 blocks, however, for Baltimore City. And I'll tell you what, Natasha Roy, nice-looking player.
She likes to shoot. And I think her friend, Miss Bailey, is okay with her shooting.
Yeah.
As long as she's distributing.
Shaquan Bailey is one of the most unselfish players I've seen this year.
And I think that's about it for Shaquan. She's sitting over on the bench next to Coach Owens.
She's the team leader both on and off the court. Roy.
There's Stackhouse again.
Those long arms. She has really been a factor tonight. Lindsay, no good. Mabry bounces around, no good. Tapped out. Run down by Wade.
She's a great ball handler, Roy is. So you have 2 fantastic ball handlers which is basically the polar opposite of what the Raptors had, and you could see what advantages that does for you. They're not getting trapped. They run the offense from the top of the key.
Lindsay comes out of there.
And they run fantastic fast breaks.
And we are down to the last 20 seconds as Mensah scores again.
Well, she's had a fantastic game, Mensah. Unfortunately, it's a big loss.
In a losing cause, but she is going out on her sophomore night with a really spectacular night. She has shot very well.
Came
from
in
the
averaging
outside.
15.
Well, she's over her average tonight, that's for sure. We are down to the last 10 seconds of the ball game.
Well, I would say if there was an MVP for tonight's game from the Raptors, it's obviously Mensah.
Yeah, she's got 25, and that is the end of our game. The final score from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, the Baltimore City Community College Panthers 87, the Montgomery College Raptors 63. But again, stick with us because game 2 of our doubleheader is just ahead. The MC men taking on the Baltimore City Panthers. It's going to be a great one. I'm telling you, it's going to be the game of the year. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MC TV.